Hello everyone, welcome back to my Minecraft tutorial. I did a few things off camera, like I collected a bit of wood. I went back to the old house and actually got I got the sugar cane, I got some extra seeds, a bit of wheat that had grown, and I had bone meal already, but I converted the original bones into this. So I plan to make a farm today, but first I want to show you how to make some more of our tools, to make them out of iron, now that we have the resources to do that. So we're just going to replace all of our old tools, the stone ones, with iron now, since we have a pretty solid amount. I stored the rest in here. You can actually store these out now. And I'm also going to show you how to create armor. So this will take a lot of iron. If you don't have this much, then probably just don't worry about it. As long as you have your shield, you should be generally safe, as long as you are smart. So as you can see, for the chest plate we need iron everywhere except for the top middle part. And we're just going to make a full set here. This is for leggings. This is for the helmet. It's sort of a upside down boat, really. And the boots, just two pieces like this. So once we have our things, we can just hold down shift and click to put them onto ourselves, or we can just drag them on. And as you can see, it'll give us a bit of armor slots above our health bar, and that just indicates how much it protects us. So if we were to have leather armor, it would be substantially a bit lower. But we have iron, so it's pretty high. And once we get diamonds, we could actually create diamond armor, but I mean, it did take a lot to create just this, so you can understand how much it would take to make the diamond. And just before we start the video, I wanted to actually create sort of a balcony area for our house. So I noticed this was pretty nice looking, and I think if I were to expand it with either wood or cobblestone, I could make it look a bit nicer. So we're just going to look at this from right here. Yeah, I think I'll use wood for that. And we're just going to make a nice little balcony area so we can look out, because it's a big shape and there's a lot of extra room right there for seemingly no reason. But once we create this, it should look pretty nice, actually. We have extra, but this is actually good because I plan for today's episode to actually start making a couple farms. That's why I originally collected all this wood. So we're just going to start creating a whole bunch of fence posts. Okay. I'm hoping this is enough fences, but if not, we could always just create more. And I think we can actually start leaving now. Yeah, this should be good. Actually, let's probably grab our seeds first, but first things first, and put the sugar cane along that beach that I saved earlier. It looks like we could already actually have a sheep farm, so I think we'll do that, considering we can get wool for building, and we'll also be able to get a bit of meat. And mutton, I believe, does not give salmonella like chicken does, so it's a bit safer. However, chickens do generally just give more items, so we might just kind of switch and choose. We're gonna have both eventually. Kind of playing it by ear right now. Alright, I like this. I'm gonna start creating sort of an outline. We have, I believe, 23. Yeah, we have 23 seeds right now. So we can make actually a relatively large area. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have to expand this one more. Maybe 2 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is good. And going off what I said in our farming episode, if you remember, the water will actually travel 4 blocks once the land is filled. So we're going to put this back here and then fill this up with water. I want to have this look pretty even, so we're actually gonna change this up a bit. We can put our first fence gate like that. So I'm just gonna grab a bit more water. And there we go. Now I have an infinite water source, meaning it will act the exact same way as that will, so we can take water out and it'll just fill back up. And let's put a nice crafting table somewhere. Let's put it right here. And we're just going to actually make, where is it? Make a hoe. We left our stone one back at the house, but it doesn't really matter. Wood ones are typically all you need, unless if you're doing a huge job. And now that we have our seeds, we can start actually growing a pretty high amount of wheat that we can live off of. And it'll be a pretty sustainable source, as long as we also have some animals, things like that. Let's grab this apple over here. So the difference between birch and oak, other than obviously the visual difference, is that oak trees will drop apples, and oak trees can also grow right next to each other, meaning if I were to put saplings in this sort of way, it will actually create all those trees right next to each other, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing for our third farm, because we can get a pretty good amount of apples, and we can get a very high amount of wood from doing this. So we're just gonna try to think of a good spot, probably around here. And these, after a few days, should just actually all grow out and become full-size trees right by each other. So it saves a lot of space, and once you have a good farm going, it can give you a lot of food as well. So, let's see. I think it's getting dark out. I'm gonna cut and make it daytime by going back to the house, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we are back at the house, and it is morning again. And now that I realize there are actually chickens here, so what I'm gonna do is bring some chickens down with seeds like this. As you can see, they actually will follow you for holding out seeds, and they can visibly see you. So if we can get a small group of these guys, we actually only need 2 to follow us. Okay, so now that we have them trapped, we're actually gonna expand this area a little bit so we can actually open up their pen. I just need to have them in a closed area for a bit. And mess this up pretty bad, but we can actually just fix it by destroying these little pieces right here. And come back. You're gonna try to escape actually, so we're gonna need to make sure this is really closed off. Like that. Okay. So be careful when you go to open up the door, because they will genuinely try to run out. It's not just part of their thing to run around in circles, they actually will purposely try to come out of the things, so you gotta really be careful. I'm just gonna set up a few torches around. We don't necessarily need light here, but it's nice to be able to see at night when we're walking around here. So actually just gonna break this. Switch this out for a normal fence. So now, with the chickens that we have, if we right click on them, there's 2 of them, they begin to mate, and now we have a little baby chicken, which is hard to see under all of them, but you can see them kind of in there. And now we have a chicken farm, so I think I'm gonna try to make maybe a sheep farm and maybe a cow farm offline, or outside the camera, because these will take about the same time as the chickens, but since you guys got the general idea of how to get these guys, I don't think you need much help. For pigs, I believe you do need either wheat or carrots to attract them, and with sheep, I think it's just wheat. I'm going to check really quickly for you. Looks like a lot of saplings came down. Yeah, so these are attracted by wheat, so make sure you have that if you're going to want to make any kind of sheep farm. I'm going to expand that oak one a little bit. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys made some nice farms today, or at least made progress towards some. And I bid you farewell.